Hey guys, welcome back. DeFi, degens, drip, and farm for poverty. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all Forex Shark related projects. And in today's video, giving you an update on the animal farm launch. So there was a message that was, I think actually it wasn't on Forex Shark calls, but he put this out in one of the chats. Then it got forwarded out to all the groups. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. You may have already heard it from other channels, but I'll put it out on here just in case. So it says, we decided to make a slight game theory change, which will make a major positive impact on the project. I have not made a public statement yet because I want the next public statement to be that staking is open and a countdown to unpause. So it looks like he's changing some things and supposedly doing it to help the project as a whole. So that is positive. We all want the project to succeed. And most important is that it is secure and safe. He said, I will come in VC and explain the change when staking starts, but it's extremely bullish for AFP and it adds buy pressure to drip every time someone deposits while sending more drip to the Faucet tax vault. So sounds like he's making a new contract or doing something new, maybe possibly changing the deposit fees on the animal farm, the farming token drip BUSD LP. This one here, I was always in my head, I'm not the tokenomics guy or game theory guy, but to me, this farm should be higher tax than the drip faucet. Reason being is because the faucet and keeping drip in the faucet is what keeps the contract balance low and keeps drip going to the moon. So we want to me, this is just me speculating, you want to disincentivize people from removing drip from the faucet and putting it over here. All that does is move it around. So to do so, to me, it should be at least the same tax or more so that people are now gambling a bit to go, should I take the risk and take the hit on the tax? Because remember, when you remove it from the drip faucet, you have a 10% claim tax. So, and when you deposit drip, you have a 10% deposit tax on the faucet. But here, it's only a 1% in and out. So that doesn't really disincentivize people with maxed out wallets and multiple maxed out wallets to keep it in the faucet, which benefits the entire ecosystem. It actually only by having 1% here in and out, it only benefits the people with the maxed out wallets, because yes, a portion goes back to the drip faucet, but it's such a small tax that they're willing to take that hit. But if you made this higher, it would make people second guess or think differently, and then they may keep it over in the faucet. And then if you made this higher here, then it would get people to purchase new drip from the liberation, right? Because this does not have a tax. And then that would ensure that if you use your BUSD here, or any other stable coin, you're not getting that 10% buy tax that you already got when you bought drip on your own faucet. And then you would only have the tax, be it 10% or whatever here. So that would make it more beneficial. You could even make this, 15% in and out, because it would balance itself out. Because again, you paid 10 to deposit it on the faucet, and then you would have had 10, that's 20 to claim it. But if you make this 15, then that means you would be buying new drip and only getting a 15% tax on the in, and then 15% tax on the out, something like that. So the numbers might not add up exactly, but you guys hopefully get the point I'm getting at. But I don't know if he's doing that. I'm just going off on a tangent because he mentioned this here. So just read that again. It's extremely bullish for the AFP token. So it sounds like it's definitely related directly to drip, to incentivize people to get drip to farm pigs. And it adds buy pressure to drip every time someone deposits while sending more drip to the tax vault. So that's my hypothesis. That's what I would do. I think a lot of people would be upset if that's to happen, but it would add longevity to the drip price and everybody wants to see drip go up. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. There's only one chance to set this, and if something will make a major improvement to the incentive structure of the system, it's worth doing. We are already implemented the change. We are just extensively testing everything now with a slight adjustment. I know I continue to say it, but be patient. So as of right now, the chat is still paused, and there is a new liberation contract. So for those of you that don't know, if you come here to drip liberation, now when you try to swap or pair, I haven't done it yet, but I'll show you what I mean. This is how you know it's a new contract, because it's actually asking you to authenticate again. So now the button says enable BUSD, and before, since I had used this before, it already had already been enabled, and now it's literally a new contract address. So something has definitely changed with the liberation, and that was what the discussion was from the chats and stuff I shared with you guys before about PIGGY doing some work on the contract. So now this is a new thing. It's like give permission to access this new contract. So this is not the same contract we've been using for the past almost 1 year or so.
Just a quick message, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss another video. This helps bring brand awareness to the channel, as well as all Forex Shark related projects. Thank you.
So something is changing, and the fact that the Animal Farm Telegram chat is still paused means that, yeah, they're still doing something. All right. So I will ensure that the project has the most optimal structure and that there will be zero issues. That is what is most important to me and what we are doing. And that's, I think, that's been most important to everybody. All we want is this to launch successfully without any exploits. That is the worst. Right now, yeah, it sucks to hear someone say 3 minutes or it's coming soon and then it not deliver on that. That is, you know, in and of itself a little bit frustrating or whatever the case may be. But the biggest issue anybody would ever care about, and that would really wreck the project and the community, is an exploit. So for me, I don't care, quote unquote, too much about the delays. It's par for the course, and none of his projects have been exploited. Even the piggy bank botting was able to keep the bulk of the investor capital in. So I want this to basically launch and not have to be paused again and not be exploited. You can look through any of the news articles constantly. There are hacks and exploits on, you know, exchanges and bridges and all this stuff. So that's the worst thing that can happen. All right, invest with confidence that the steps we are doing right now are what will secure you in the future. We are working hand in hand with auditors right now to test the slight change, and will be finished shortly. So interestingly enough, they got this going with auditors. Don't know if this is the external auditors or the auditors on his team that he hired directly. But again, the Animal Farm Telegram is still paused. Sending messages not allowed. And the way I always evaluate how this is what did it do to the drip price? So over the last couple hours since this announcement, literally nothing. It's just traded sideways. So the news is neither bullish nor bearish, so it is what it is. I think the bulk of people are kind of numb to these delays, and I hear some of our other YouTubers and people in the chat that says, yeah, this is going to impact investor capital. I personally don't think so. This is just short term. So the people right now that may have came to the site due to the marketing, sure, they may be deterred, but anyone in crypto right now knows again about exploits, about delays, about issues or whatever. So long term, this isn't going to affect any capital coming into the system because we're still super new and we're still in a bear market. So there's a lot of people that, yeah, may have been deterred, and we may have lost out on a short term couple $1 million. But long term, once it's up and running, Forex said this, and anybody that's been in crypto long enough knows the best marketing vehicle is a chart that goes up and to the right. So it doesn't matter if 3 months from now the farm is launched and it's been running on all 4 cylinders for 90 days, 120 days, whatever, people are going to organically hear about it due to the chart. So right now, especially, we'll be still in a bear market, I'm quite sure, 90 days from now. So if all of a sudden we're correct, you know, and it just holds steady going up and to the right, then people are going to come back in. And even if you were one of the ones that heard about it now through marketing and saw this quote unquote shit show, then you'll come back in 90 days. So the investor capital is not lost, because where else are people going to go in a bear market in crypto? They got nothing else they can do. So you might have your stable coins sitting somewhere earning, 5% a year or whatever the case may be, but they'll be back. So I say don't stress it. It's not a big deal. Yeah, it sucks. It is frustrating because, we were told one thing and then it didn't deliver on that. But at the end of the day, all I really care about, and I think all anybody should care about, is will this launch successfully without any exploits? And that's the big thing what we need to focus on, is getting it launched and then there be no issues and no pause in the future. So whatever that takes to get it there, that's what I'm on board with. from going forward, going to ignore any countdowns and dates. I hope he doesn't do another countdown. I would love for him just to stealth launch. I mentioned this a couple times in in the chats. It would be amazing if he just went ahead and stealth launched it and then got in VC. So he launches it, then jumps in VC and goes, all right, it's live, without telling anybody that we have a countdown, because that's not necessary. We don't need the countdowns. None of his countdowns since I've been following him have actually launched on time. So there's no reason to do that. But for some odd reason, he's still hell-bent on doing that. So maybe somebody in the inner circle can convince him. I know I even heard Stunna mention that countdowns don't do anything. So we'll see. All right, so that's it. The PIGGY token as well hasn't changed much. We had that sell-off, and it's still in the 120 range. So it went to 150, down to 120. Maybe there will still be some additional sell-offs if this continues. We don't know what the delay is. Theoretically, it's coming, quote unquote, soon, but I'm giving it 2 weeks personally. So follow my channel. I'm going to say the end of the month, we should hear something. If we don't hear anything by the end of the month, then I would actually go as far as to say it's not launching this year. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but there was some delays last year with the Manor Farm around this exact same time. And the Manor Farm was there, and then V1 was coming. And once it got around late November, Forex delayed it again because of, he said there wasn't a lot of people to be around for the holidays. So it pushed back to January, and we had the V1 launch of the Animal Farm in January. So just putting my timeline out there now, that I would say if we don't hear anything by the end of October, maybe the beginning of November, then don't expect this until next year. But we'll see. So at least I'm giving myself a longer time frame. But I do believe one way or another it will launch. So we'll see. All right, that is it for this video. You guys know the drill. Like, subscribe, hit HBO special, help a brother out, lift daily, and achieve your impossible. See ya.